Hello and welcome to Assassin's Creed Chronicles Russia. So I finished my playthrough of China and India, so now we're starting the third and final game in the Chronicles Trilogy, and just want to check something for a moment. There we go. Alright, so yet again, this is a game that has a different main character and is also a different time period and a whole different location, obviously. Nikolai Orlov is the character that we're playing as, and he was the character that was first introduced in a comic book actually, and then this was one of the games that they decided to include him as the main character and focus on him. But it also ties into Xiao Jun as well, because in this story there's an artifact that Nikolai has around his neck. It's actually from the Tunguska incident, and when it interacts with the Ezio box, basically it creates this thing where Anastasia gets quote-unquote possessed, and I say that just to make it understandable what happens in a sense that's not 100% detailed about specifically what happens, but let's just call it possession. She gets possessed by memories of Xiao Jun, and at certain points Anastasia completely gets overtaken by Xiao Jun's memories to the point where she doesn't even remember what she's done necessarily. So that's basically the story of this game. And like with the other two games in this trilogy playthrough, we're just going to go on normal.
Nikolai, how long has it been?
You have worked for me?
Always the charmer. But I'm glad it is you they sent. I have a dangerous assignment. Our informants reported that the Imperial family may have in their possession an old and very special box. It may be a piece of Eden.
The Tsar's family is in Yekaterinburg, under guard.
Just the local militia, townsfolk under the command of a commissar. Still, keep your senses sharp, Nikolai. If this box is what we think it is, the Templars are no doubt looking for it too.
I've beaten them before. This will be my last mission. I have to think of Anna and Nadia.
Hey Billarista, welcome to you. I'm doing really good, thank you. I finished off Chronicles China and India, and so now we're starting the Russia game, the final one in the trilogy. You're just waiting to for me to open the stream. You had to watch some trash streams instead. Well, thank you so much for joining, Billarista, and I took a little bit of a break, about 20 minutes, before coming back with this. So I'm glad that the timing was right for you to be able to actually catch the start of this stream. Thank you so much, Billarista. I hope otherwise things have been going good. Dawn of the Tsars, July 1918, Ekaterinburg. A weary and disillusioned Nikolai Orlov is secretly planning to abandon the Assassin's Brotherhood and leave Russia with his family to start a new life in America. In order to gain the money required for their fake papers, he accepts one final mission: infiltrating the Templar-controlled city of Yekaterinburg. He must locate the house where the Imperial family are being held prisoner and recover from their mysterious box, an ancient artifact long coveted by the Order.
One last time, one last mission.
As much as that outfit looks great, is that actually his default one? Assassin costume. Shadow costume. Silence. Oh no, it is his default one. Oops.
One last time, one last mission.
There's no escape. We will find you. What's happening at the party house? I've seen more guards than normal
I'll need
beings
some
in there.
ammunition for my rifle.
I was there this morning. Doesn't look good for the family. More fences have been put up, and they are no longer allowed in the gardens.
Shooting out that light would get his attention.
Wouldn't you ever go back?
I see it!
I fucking always do that. Every fucking time without fail.
Hopefully it will become easier soon. How
Where
about
did they go?
yours?
Better now it is summer. Nobody minds when sunshine comes through the holes in the roof. But still, Rasputitsa will be here all
Bilarista, you really like this context of Russian Revolution. You think you'd love to have a PS4 game, like open map and etc., just like Unity or Syndicate. Yeah, that's the thing. There's so many different locations that could have been done as a main big entry, you know, as well, that hasn't been done yet. So there's still potential they could, but just have to wait and see, I guess. I do like Watch Dogs. I still think the first two are the best. I like Watch Dogs Legion enough, but I felt it was a bit flat compared to the first two. So I'm hoping that they can improve if they do a fourth one, but it might be a long time before we see a fourth one though.
Gone. Identify yourself. I spoke to Dmitri earlier. Not holding up.
I could catch a ride on the roof of that tram.
Stop the tram. No more this way tonight. Everybody off.
Short. A militia checkpoint. I must be cautious.
Bilarista, you really like the first one. The second one you think it's cool, but you don't like the style. It's too much coloured and teen for you, and you haven't played the Legion yet. Don't think you're going to go for it because watching some critics are good people, you didn't saw good comments. Yeah, Watch Dogs Legion kind of felt like a bit of a hollow experience. They were pretty ambitious with making it that the majority of NPCs can actually be recruited. I say that because there are some characters that can't, but they're mainly main story characters that are villains. Understandably, you can't recruit them. But that whole system, I think if they scale things back a bit and make it so that there's only a select few NPCs in the game world based on their skills that you can actually see. Like you might run around and you might see that someone is really interested in like computers, and so it would tell you then that they have this skill level in computers, so you could then be like, okay, I'll recruit this person. Or you might come across an NPC and all it says is they like drawing, which for Watch Dogs isn't really going to be helpful, so that would be an NPC that you couldn't recruit. So I think reducing the potential amount of NPCs to recruit to only key certain ones that you come across would probably be a best idea moving forward if they want to keep doing that sort of concept. Hey there, Grace. Good time zone to you as well. Welcome on in. We're on the final game of this trilogy. Grace, you still need to play these. You keep forgetting you have them. Yeah, I played the China game first because it became available years ago for free that month on Xbox, and so I grabbed it because I was hoping that it would be good. It looked good and everything, but I wasn't sure 100%. But I really liked it, and so I got the other two as well. So it'd be interesting to see what you think about them, because obviously, aside from being 2.5D games, they are still very, different in other respects as well. Something's off. I don't think this is Nikolai's default outfit. It can't be. I don't remember it being those colors. Maybe it is, and I'm just having a false memory thinking that it's actually not. No, it must be his default outfit. I can't help but think of Spider-Man when I'm looking at the color combinations.
I need to get across that bridge.
A sign of trouble? Any sign of trouble?
No.
Any sign of trouble?
There we go. Finally got done what I wanted to get done. Got them all taken care of in one, and we also got back the 2 smoke bombs I had to use. I was hoping to only use one, but it didn't last long enough.
Maybe I could pull that platform closer.
It's interesting the games in the series that have kind of toyed with the idea of having a character who has a gun or a rifle as part of their actual arsenal of weaponry. And it kind of like pushes the envelope a bit in this game because of what time it actually is. I think it's 1916 or something. Right, obviously there's something I'm not doing, which is pulling it all the way across. There we go. Got it. And the thing about it that I feel is, for some reason, when it comes to Assassin's Creed, there's a lot of people who, when they hear the words guns in Assassin's Creed, their mind goes to Call of Duty for some reason. As if the only application for a video game that has guns in it is to make it a war game. And by that very nature, expecting it to make things too OP for the character. And the thing about the rifle in this game is, yes, it is pretty OP in a way, but it's not like you have unlimited ammo. And if you waste it and you don't get it from any other enemies, then you're not going to be able to just mow through enemies left, right and center, you know. So I feel that games in the series that have advanced weaponry like this, I just think it's still... Why all of a sudden was the fucking prompt... Oh, Jesus. I tell you what, these games have a fucking issue with putting the icon above the enemy's head, letting you know that they can actually be assassinated. And so you press the button, and do they die? No. They just get hit. But if you think about it, if they were to do a main Assassin's Creed game in a time period where they did have weaponry, I'm not talking modern as in last year, or the 1980s or anything like that, I'm talking, you know, like, if they did a World War I or a World War II, sure, you could try and mow down your enemies running through like a maniac like you would do in a Call of Duty game, but are you going to survive? No, you're going to get shot to shit. So that would be a balancing thing where, yeah, you do have this weapon that can help you, but you can't rely on it alone. And so that's why you have to use stealth and everything. I mean, in real life, if you ran forward shooting wildly at people and there was like other people shooting at you, you're going to get hit. You're not just going to run through like nothing happened, you know. So I think in an Assassin's Creed context, if you make it that the combat means you're pretty much one hit or two hits and you're dead, would be the way to handle it. But then the problem is some people would sort of be like, well, that makes it too hard then. And it's like, well, there has to be a compromise. You know, if you want to do a game that has weaponry like machine guns and stuff, and it's going to be a stealth game, you're going to have a difficulty spike when you try and go into combat mode. But yeah, most people when they think Assassin's Creed, they only think, nah, can't have any modern weaponry, even if it's early versions of modern
I
weaponry.
need to take out those guards. They will shoot me on sight.
Assassin!
That's right, the left one stands up first. Couldn't remember if the left dude or the right dude stands up first. And something I would have liked to see in an Assassin's Creed game is, and it could also work as an homage to the movie The Great Escape, is have the first part of the game take place in a prison camp. And the idea is that your main character was fighting on the front line but got injured, and instead of, you know, just killing you, you got rounded up and basically put into a prison camp with other soldiers that are in there. But one of the soldiers is actually an assassin, and you become friends with the assassin, and the assassin, when they gain enough trust with the main character, they basically say, look, you know, I'm part of this order, we're fighting the Templars, the Nazis are just part of the overall threat that this world faces. We also have Templars who aren't Nazis, but they're still a very, you know, marginal threat. But we also have Nazis who are Templars as well, which makes them doubly a threat. You know, because it was confirmed in Assassin's Creed 2 that Hitler was a Templar, which makes sense that they would. So anyway, my idea would be that the tutorial for stealth would come into play when the dude who... It doesn't have to be a dude, I should stop just saying dude and stuff. The character that is actually the assassin in the prison camp basically teaches them the way of stealth. And through that, the player learns the stealth mechanics of that game. And you could have someone who tries to escape, and they manage to steal an officer's weapon, and they try to escape, but they get mowed down pretty much immediately. And the assassin says, you know, that's very unfortunate that that's happened, but there's a very important lesson here, and that's you can't go around waving your weapon and expect to kill everyone without being killed yourself. And then basically use that as an example of, hey, you know, here's another way that he could have done this, kind of thing. And anyway, the first part of the game would be in the prison camp in World War II, and the assassin would be training you. And then, as you're playing through the game in that part, you're basically pickpocketing officers, trying to get information from them, and trying to play a game while speaking at the same time, which is a very difficult thing for me to do sometimes, which shouldn't be the case because I've been streaming for 6 years now. But in any case, that whole first part of the World War II game would be in the prison camp, introducing all that aspect. And then, when you actually get enough intel, basically the escape is planned, and you and the assassin naturally end up escaping. And it's then, because you've learned the ways of the assassins and you believe what they stand for based on the conversations you've had with the assassin and all that type of stuff. When they offer you to join the assassins, your main character is like, yep, sign me up. And then the action would move, you know, to maybe Paris in World War II era. And when it comes to combat in that game, it would be a thing where if you have a silenced weapon and you time things right, you'll be able to make your way through using weapons like that. However, if you try something loud near enemies, it's instant detection and they instantly all swarm on you to try and kill you, and it's up to you to either throw a smoke bomb and escape so you can then rethink your strategy, or if you try to take them all out combat wise, you better be the best player in the world, because you'll need to have the ability to take on multiple enemies at once and stuff like that, and think quickly, because you've only got one more hit and you're dead, but you're already dead because 5 enemies were shooting at you at once, you know. So make the combat in an Assassin's Creed game set in World War II very unforgiving.
It wouldn't matter if they did.
Now, since it's still a video game, you still want to give people the option to actually not have the experience that difficult. So you could introduce a difficulty setting for the combat. And I know some people will be like, yeah, but that defeats the purpose, doesn't it, of having the game be unforgiving in combat. And the thing is, not every single gamer on the planet is or wants to be a master gamer who never makes mistakes, who's an expert at games and only ever plays it on the highest difficulty. There's some people that are like, hey, this game looks fun, this game looks great.
I need to get into the house without raising the alarm.
I just want to enjoy it.
Reinforcements would make this impossible.
But you could counteract that by making it that ammo for weapons is pretty scarce, even on easy, because that way it's kind of like, well, I only have this many bullets, but I can still get through the area okay. Whoops. If you really think they had great graphics for Chronicles China, then their budget ran out. They could very well port the Chronicle games for mobile. You wonder if that exists. Yeah, I feel like with this third game, because they definitely want to go for a certain style, it is by very nature very more... there's not as many bright colours and stuff as there is in the China and India game. But yeah, I don't know if they've ever released this for mobile. I think... I don't even know if they've done it for... if they've done it for the Assassin's Creed Chronicles games, put it on the Switch. Going to be one of those things. Harbinger, you came home 50 minutes ago, saw the ending in the VOD and thought you were done for the day. Now to find an Arnie impression before you end the stream again. Well, I want to try and get this game done in this stream, so there's plenty of time, Harbinger. Grace, cheers for that. And also, there are some of us who can't ever play on the highest difficulty because of disabilities. Exactly, Grace. You know, and I definitely believe that that shouldn't be something that is a thing where, oh, you know, sorry, you can't play these games because of this. You know, I think everyone should be able to play video games, you know. So accessibility options is something that I like to see. And I know myself, because when I hit the age of 45 or 50, I might need to be able to have some accessibility options to help me still enjoy video games and not be, you know, like, well, I can't ever play video games ever again. You know, gamer for life and all that type of stuff. But in seriousness though, I think accessibility options is great. You look at a game like the Dark Pictures games, and not everyone has the strength in their hands to actually keep tapping and mashing a button until the prompt is fulfilled, you know. So in those games, you actually have the option to make those parts a hold down the button instead, you know. So things like that I think are important to have. So I'm glad that games are getting more and more inclusive with that and actually expanding the scope of what you can actually have as options. Grace, you already need someone, you're not quite 40. Yeah, Grace, well that's the other thing too. You know, there's definitely so many different things that affect people that if they want to play video games, it's good to have options that they can choose to actually make it so that they can enjoy it still. Okay, now this is better.
Get him!
There we go. That takes care of those two buffoons. I'm sorry. Were you hoping for a confession? Piece of shit. I only wish you'd suffered more. You met the fate you deserved. I hope you... Enough, Ezio. Show some respect. Respect? After all that's happened, do you think he would have shown either of us such kindness? You have... Sorry, I'm confused with that last part. You have killed Vieri, do not become him. Sorry, for some reason I thought that he doesn't say you killed. You have killed Vieri, do not become him. You have killed Vieri, do not become him. Requiescat in pace. There we go, Harbinger. Sorry, I was a bit thrown off by that last part. Grace, for exactly the reason you just said, because of your job, your hands get tired very easily, so you can't sit there and smash on buttons like that. Exactly, Grace. You know, there's that. Also, if people have like an injury that they've suffered on their hand, or their fingers and stuff, or their thumbs, it's good to have some sort of like options that make it easier for them to still play the game. Harmangelo didn't paste the last two letters. That's okay, dude. It's gonna be one of those playthroughs where I spend an hour on this fucking section. Now the game decided to actually grant me what I had done a few attempts ago. But for some reason, those last two attempts, it wasn't letting me do it. Alright. Now. Grace, that's why you're really thankful they changed the way the struggle mechanic works in Dead by Daylight. Makes it a lot easier than repeatedly smashing a single button very quickly. Yeah, that's good that they incorporated that too. You know, instead of just saying, oh well, anyone who can't do that, too bad. You know, we're just going to cater to the people who can. There we go, finally got past this part. After 100 years of trying.
Fools. I can't stop them all, but I won't let them interfere with my mission.
Hold the crowd back! I don't want the house ransacked before we find the box!
Templars.
Grace, and then you stopped playing because the game got really toxic, but it was a really nice change. Yeah, that's unfortunate too that that happens. You know, there's always someone that just wants to ruin shit for everyone else. But you hope that they get karma coming to them, and something that important that's not related to gaming that they really hoped would happen doesn't happen. You know what I mean? Zereth, thank you for redeeming the Red Dead Redemption 2 quote and the AC character quote. Thanks so much, Zereth. Welcome to you. I hope things are going good. Alright, so here we go. So how are things with you and John? Ain't it about time you let it go now? It was a year, Hosea. He ditched us for a goddamn year. I've spoken to him many times. He knows he did wrong. He just wants to put it behind him. I'm sure he does. Running off on that kid is one thing, but there's a code. He knows that. He ain't Trelawney. You and Dutch pretty much raised him. I know. But it's done. Has been for a while now. I wasn't actually trying to do an American accent because I suck at it. I was trying to actually imitate the actor for Hosea in how he actually says certain words and the pattern that he has when he says things, but didn't quite get it the way that I wanted. But there we go, that's from Red Dead 2, and that is when Hosea and Arthur are speaking and referencing the fact that John Marston left the gang for a year, and Arthur is still sore towards him about doing that. Oh, well, thank you so much for leaving the lurks, Zereth. Definitely appreciated. Alright, so here we go. I've got a quote from an Assassin's Creed game. These are not children, but men and women full grown. In body, perhaps, but not in mind, which is the very damage I sought to repair. I admit, without the piece of Eden, which you stole from us, my progress was slowed. But there are herbs, mixtures, and extracts. My guards are proof of this. They were madmen before I found and freed them from the prisons of their own minds. And, with my death, madmen they will be again. You truly believe you are helping them? It's not what I believe. It's what I know. So that's a little bit of the whole thing between Altair and Garnier de la Plus in Assassin's Creed 1. It's kind of like the last part of their interaction. How many points did I get? 1685. We got increased health. That's good.
Torture them, find out what they know, then kill them. Why would the Templars want to kill the Romanovs? Surely they would murder the children. I can't concern myself with this. I have my own family to protect. I need to find that box, and then get Anna and Nadia far away from this madness.
Red Fury, July 1918. Ekaterinburg. Orlov has reached the Ipatiev house, where the Tsar's family is kept prisoner by the militia. He discovered that some of the officers are looking for the same box he's been tasked to retrieve. Templars have infiltrated the Bolsheviks and started using the revolution to their own end.
I should tread carefully. Templars are all over this place.
I still can't help but think Spider-Man looking at Nikolai's default outfit.
Isn't that where anti-Bolsheviks have set up power now?
I had heard that, but I don't really listen out for any news of it.
Wouldn't you ever go back?
White forces aside, in a box maybe. They'd have to shoot me before I'd ever set foot there again.
Why? Can't be that much worse than anywhere else, surely.
It's just a mix of those wanting to get rich at any.
Just to explain what I was doing there, it may look like that I was simply making him go up and down, and that if I stopped moving, he would stop moving. But in those little crawling parts, as soon as you commit to crawling through, unless you make him go the other direction, he'll keep on going forward automatically. So that's why I was going back and forth to wait until the vision cones of the other enemies were in a certain spot so I could then safely continue crawling all the way out at the end there. Just one of those things that if you haven't played the game before, visually it just looks like I'm just going up on the control stick and then down, up and down, which I am, but if I stopped moving the control stick, he would keep on going and he would have climbed out and then, surprise, alert.
Benny, now I have a way back down, in case I fall, precious. Golem.
Thanks for redeeming that, Zereth. Golem as an assassin. Could you imagine?
Price. And those who don't belong anywhere else.
To do the same.
Those vents could provide me a way to move around these enemies unseen.
They don't want Bolshevik rule. Brave choice.
I wouldn't be so sure about that. Somebody there?
Hard all around, but hopefully it will become easier soon. Yeah, I had heard that, but I don't really listen out for any news of it.
Wouldn't you ever go back? Where did you say you were from originally?
Omsk, a long way from here.
Somebody there?
What was it?
Some of the smaller countries are trying to break away now that there's confusion.
Which ones?
Ukraine has declared independence, and Estonia plans to do the same, though they want to remain closer.
So they don't want Bolshevik rule, huh?
Nothing.
Copying. Times are hard all around, but hopefully it will become easier soon. How about yours?
How is your family?
Nothing, damn it. I can't let the Templars put their hands on it.
Isn't that where the anti-Bolsheviks have set up power now?
Go there and see for yourself. It's just a mix of those wanting to get rich at any price, and those who don't belong anywhere else.
The getting rich part doesn't sound too bad.
If you can keep hold of it, time will move fast.
Nobody minds when sunshine comes through the hole.
Where did you say you were from originally? Isn't that where the Bolsheviks have set up power now?
Yeah, I had heard that, but I don't really listen out for any.
Chronicles games. Why the fuck do you do this bullshit? When the icon above their heads is that, and it's above both enemies at the same time, that tells the player that they can actually do a double assassination. So why the fuck, when that requirement is met, when I press the fucking button to kill, does it not fucking do it? Like in games when you put your reticule when you're shooting something and it goes red. That usually tells the player that no matter what else, the fact that it's red means that when they fire that gun, unless the enemy magically teleports somewhere else, then the target's going to get hit, right? There's some games where that even doesn't happen. Where the reticule goes red, you shoot, and the enemy is like, "Who did that?" And somehow manage to prevent themselves from actually, getting shot. Like they're Neo from the Matrix or something all of a sudden.
Still nothing. Where is that box? Maybe our intel is not so good.
Somebody there?
The Bolsheviks have got lucky anyway.
How so?
Well, how's the interrogation going?
Not well. Sverdlov already had the Tsar and his wife killed. The kids are next if they don't talk.
The Tsar is dead? I need to see that.
They did it. Killed the Tsar? At least they don't have the box. Let's check this basement. Where is that box?
Here! He's here!
Identify yourself!
Over there!
Kill them! Wait, one of them is missing. The youngest girl.
She must have the box. Find her. Shoot on sight.
Shooting children? If it wasn't for the mission, I would kill you all.
Over
The girl! She's here!
there! Grab her!
Please, no.
Easy. I won't harm you. I just need that box.
What? What is that around your neck? What is it doing? Who are you?
Please, child, just give me the box.
No!
I'm sorry, but I'm out of time.
No!
Alright, the best way to describe what's going on there is the fact that Nikolai has a piece of Eden on his necklace, and the box that Anastasia had is the same box that Ezio gives to Xiao Jun, and in the Chronicles games she uses it as bait, and then she loses the box. Then the assassin in Chronicles India comes across the box too, but the Templars still have it. So now in this game we actually finally get to the actual box again. The two getting close together triggers something to happen, and because Ezio's box has the memories of Xiao Jun inside of it, what basically happens is the two items fuse together and join with their powers, and then the side effect is that she becomes quote-unquote possessed by memories of Xiao Jun. So at certain points in the game we're going to see Anastasia revert or go into that that thing. But it's kind of weird how it works, because even though Xiao Jun is long dead by this point, it still is able to react to new things. It's kind of hard to explain, you know what I mean? It's like if I recorded a voice message for someone and then they said to the voice message, hang on, can you repeat that? And then all of a sudden I say, what do you mean repeat that? I've got this fucking thing recorded, can't you listen? Like how could I, you know, reply like that? You know what I mean? So it's kind of like that with Xiao Jun's memories with Anastasia. When she actually speaks as Xiao Jun, she does say new stuff, like Nikolai throws Anastasia out of the way to save her, and she reverts to Xiao Jun, and Xiao Jun is like, if you weren't wearing our outfit, I would kill you where you stand. Right? Now, is that something that is something Xiao Jun experienced? No. So it can actually cause her to react to present, like to, you know, what's happening in this game in present times. It's so funny, right? When you try to explain something complex, the actual explaining of it becomes even more complex than the actual details. But essentially, those two artifacts trigger a quote-unquote possession style thing over Anastasia. I'll just leave it at that. I'm not going to spend 10 hours of a stream.
What happened? What did you do?
I didn't do anything.
You did something to me. Cursed me with that necklace. I could never kill anyone. I can barely hold a gun.
Quickly, this way!
Listen to me, child. I can help you. I have friends. They will know what has happened to you. Come with me if you want to live.
No. My family, I must find them.
They are dead. I'm sorry.
No! This can't be! Maria! Tatiana!
It's too late. You can only save yourself now. Think of what your family would want. Come, we must leave. I'll protect you. You have my word.
Power from the past. Orlov has found the box, as well as the last living member of the Tsar's family, Anastasia. After a short struggle to take the box from her, Orlov triggered a blast, When the artifact touched the shard he carries around his neck, could the nightmare of Tunguska happen again? Zereth, that's the answer to it. 42. Harbinger didn't do anything, the pavement was his enemy. Classic quote from Twins. That's so funny, that scene when he does that.
Keep my dagger. It looks like you know how to use it.
Who is that man? Why is he helping me?
And so at certain points we actually play as Anastasia.
Bolshevik soldiers. They're everywhere. I need to be careful. If I could just get the guard to look over there.
Somebody there?
One of the children is still missing. I think it is one of the daughters.
Shit. We better hope someone finds her. Quickly.
I need to get out of
Somebody
here.
there?
Find out what has happened to me. I didn't know I could do that.
What was that? Enough of this. Stay where you are.
I need to get out of here. Find out what
Somebody
has happened
there?
to me. I didn't know I could do that.
What was that? Enough of this foolishness.
I feel so strong. Thank goodness I'm out of there. Now to find that man, and use him to get me out of here. Unbelievable. It's like I'm invisible.
Huh?
Who cares?
But what does he want with us?
I don't know. All I know is that from now on, my rifle is going to be my...
A rope. I can use this. If I could just assemble it with the dagger.
One thing I like about the fact that Xiao Jun is brought back into this game in the trilogy is not just because the character's awesome, but it acts as a cool like bookend to the first game in the trilogy, which was us playing as her. Kind of brings things a little full circle.
I don't stand a chance!
Over here. It's me you want.
I knew it.
I need to wait for him to reload.
I fucking knew it. That's not his default outfit. How the fuck am I able to get it to the default one again? Ah, no wonder why I didn't look at the Uplay costume. Not that it ultimately really matters, but it was a question I was saying, that surely isn't the default outfit. I don't remember that being the default outfit.
I need to wait for him to reload. I need to wait for him to reload. This is close enough. I need to take him out.
Here! He's here!
That's it, go. Move. Meet me on the edge of your estate.
Over there! Identify yourself!
My name's Pitt, and there's no way you're digging out of this shit. So fucking shut up. Zareth, do you think he needed to wait till he reloaded? It's a good question. Maybe it wasn't entirely necessary.
I wouldn't be so sure about it. Or at least nothing I want to say out loud. Do you think there is much to be had from the bodies?
I bet the guys who did it grabbed the lion's share, but you can always have a look.
I wonder if they've stopped twitching yet.
Listen to them. Gloating about killing my family. They won't be laughing in a moment when I plunge my blade into them.
The family is dead. Good riddance to the lot of them.
I hear the Tsar cried like a little boy. I knew he was all talk and no balls.
What was that?
Nothing.
Just my mind playing.
Over there!
The family is dead. Good riddance to the lot of them.
I hear the Tsar cried like a...
Somebody there? What was that? The family is dead. Good riddance to the lot of them.
I hear the Tsar cried like a little boy. I knew he was all talk
What
and no
was that?
balls.
Somebody there?
Nothing.
Murderer!
Just my mind playing tricks. What was that?
Bastard!
Identify.
Why was the prompt not there? to fucking do the assassination.
The family is
I know it
dead.
fucking works. I've done that
Rodriguez
shit
killed a
100
lot of
times
them.
in this fucking trilogy.
I hear the Tsar cried like a...
Somebody there?
Murderer!
Nothing. What was that?
Bastard!
Those enemies that have the yellow vision cone around them, it does mean that they can detect you if you go inside of it, but if you're quick enough, you can actually assassinate them before they even notice.
Stay!
But not today in this stream, it seems.
The family is dead. Lord Raiden's still a lot of them.
I hear the Tsar cried like a little boy. I knew he was all talk and no walks.
Somebody there?
Here. Fucking get in here.
Murderer!
Stick that in your fucking face, you cunt.
Enough of this fool. What was that?
Bastard!
There we go. Alright then. Let's do this way then, game. You want to be fucking pedantic? Oh, come on, game. It's right fucking there. Prompt to assassinate?
Nothing.
Enough of this
That fucking time.
Templar scum!
Sorry, Zereth, it was more the number of times he said it. That's true, he kept on repeating the same line over and over again. Yeah, Zereth. You'll probably hear that a lot in this playthrough. You there. You there. You there.
How's your family?
Coping. Times are hard all around.
What was that?
What was that? Come and have a look. I'll show you.
I am the blade in the shadows.
I shall walk in the darkness and strike swiftly.
Where did you say you were from originally?
Omsk. A long way.
Isn't that where anti-Bolsheviks have set up? What was that? Somebody there?
Somebody there? Rope dart.
I walk in the darkness.
Huh? Yeah. Come here, you prick. There we go.
Strike swiftly.
Identify yourself.
Wait! Wait! Don't shoot!
I got you, child. Now move.
Get up.
Something's wrong. I don't feel well.
Who's there? Hands up! Who are you?
Dobry wieczór, towarzysz.
Don't move!
How dare you push me? I should kill you like I killed them.
Calm down, child.
Child? How dare you? I am Shao Jun of the Chinese Brotherhood of Assassins. If you were not wearing the symbol of our order, I would kill you where you stand.
Snap out of it. Your name is Anastasia Nikolaevna Romanova.
My name is Anastasia.
Follow me, I'll protect you.
Hey there, Tall. Gosh, what time is it down under? 12:27 on Sunday morning. How's it going, Tall? Welcome. Morla, do I even stream? No, you're still dreaming, Morla. This is just a dream. So when you wake up, you'll remember that this was just a dream that you're having. I'm not actually really streaming right now. This is just a construct of me in your subconscious that has been brought to light because you're asleep still. Hey there, Morla. Do you sleep or eat? Not really. No, I actually do. Yeah, I actually eat while I stream. And drink while I stream as well. It's just you can't hear me when I do it, because I don't like to have the mic on when I do. People don't need to hear me go... Not that I do that anyway. Even when I'm on my own, I still eat with my mouth closed. Tall, you got your new LG C2 OLED today. Excellent, Tall. That's great. That's awesome that you got it. Harbinger, I bet you can't wait to gather 400 flags next week. Well, it'll be Sunday when I start that, because I want to keep on going till I finish this. But yeah, I'm prepared to do it. I'll use a guide, but it won't be that bad. It does, and I have sort of like said, oh, you know, 420 flags, very difficult. But if you're using a guide, it doesn't take long. It's just tedious. Mauler, that's good. You cannot stand the sounds of someone eating on stream. It's a thing for you. Yeah, same here, Mauler. Like, I mean, I see streamers who do eat while they're streaming, and depending, like, I don't mind, but you get some people who are obnoxious when they eat, and they sound like they're trying to make the whole city hear them chewing. You know what I mean? Mauler, you're good. You're just getting ready to head to breakfast with your pops. Oh, that's excellent, Mauler. That's great. That's a good way to spend your morning. I'm sure that your father will appreciate that too. That's awesome. I hope you have a great time and a great breakfast as well.
It's as though I lived her life. I keep seeing the faces of her enemies. There were 6 of them. The Tigers. I killed them, freed my empire.
These are not your memories. You are not Shao Yun. The box or the shard did this. I've witnessed the things this technology can do. You have to remain yourself, Anastasia. You have to shut her out.
Can you fix me?
We will do what we can. First, we stop at Kazan. A friend will help us reach Moscow. There, my Brotherhood has people who will know what to do.
Your friends are... Narodnia Volia. They hate my family. Why are you helping me?
I have a daughter. And we are not in the business of murdering children.
What's happening?
Stay here. Do not let her take control. I will be back. You have my word.
Train of Revolution, September 1918, on a train to Kazan. Orlov understood that the shard in the box chained Anastasia. She is in connection with an assassin from the past, Xiao Jun of the Chinese Brotherhood of Assassins. Disturbed by this phenomenon and feeling guilty of the trauma, Orlov decided to bring the girl to the assassins, who might be able to cure her. Well, unfortunately, the assassins in this game are not the kind that actually should be considered true assassins, to be honest. Maybe not every single one, but the key ones in the Russian Brotherhood in this game, yeah, they're kind of like assholes, and they basically want to experiment on Anastasia, and the process sometimes kills people to try and extract memories of someone from the past out of their body and out of their mind, or sometimes they end up like a vegetable. So yeah, I'm not really a fan of the assassins, the key assassins, the head assassins in this game. It's like the very idea that they want to experiment on her at all is something that I feel compromises the assassin order.
Don't worry, child. I will take care of these people. That was too close.
Find that box. It has to be on the train.
These agents might be a problem. I should rid myself of them.
Who's there? Here! He's here! Here! He's here! He went this way! Over there!
So this final game in this trilogy introduces enemies that you can't use smoke bombs against because they have gas masks on.
Identify yourself!
Assassin! What was that?
We will never get off this train alive.
Don't underestimate that.
Here! He's here!
Somebody there?
I see him! Here! He's here! Walking!
Dead man walking, huh? Look who's fucking talking. You were the dead man walking. You're not walking now, though.
They're on borrowed time now. I think we'll find them within an hour.
You think so? Care for a little wager?
Who's there? I see him! Here! Here! He's here!
Somebody there? Not
Don't stop worrying and start looking.
They said he was just an old man. And we'll find him.
Pull yourself.
What was that?
Things about the assassins. You hear what they could do.
Enough of this foolishness.
I don't like it. They said he's somebody there. I see him!
Arthur, over there! He went this way! Find you!
What was that?
At this point, I'm just doing whatever I need to do to get through the game, because I want to get the game done in this stream. So whether I get through with bronze, silver or gold, I don't give a shit. I just want to get the game done in one stream, so I'll just be being reckless the whole playthrough. Hey there, Cellcat. I hope things are going good. Are you still on or on again? Still on, yeah. Yeah, once I finish this game, that'll be the end of my Saturday streaming, even though it's Sunday now. But once I finish this game, the next game lined up in the series is Assassin's Creed 1. I'm starting my annual playthrough for 2023. I wanted to start really early this year. And while I did say I was going to start it in February, I may as well start it a couple of days before February.
Thus Vidania. I'll never get back to her in time. They're after the girl. They will kill her because of who she is. I will not let that happen. will never get the girl. Are you hurt?
I'm fine. Thank you for keeping your word.
Wait here. I need to find my friend Leon. He'll help us reach the Brotherhood in Moscow.
Is he an assassin, like you?
No, he is neither assassin nor Templar. Stay hidden, stay warm, keep it safe.
Why? Are you not coming back?
Did I not give you my word?
Yes.
Stay out of sight and wait for my return.
Salcat blowing up an entire train to get one guy. Exactly, Salcat. Templars will put an entire village to the sword just for the chance of killing one assassin, regardless of who else gets killed. Hey there, Spectrum. Hello again to you. This doesn't look like Assassin's Creed. Yeah, it definitely visually doesn't, and it's 2.5D and all that kind of stuff. But for me, it kind of feels like a hybrid between Prince of Persia and Assassin's Creed, which is very fitting because Prince of Persia is basically the, I guess, the father of Assassin's Creed, if you want to put it that way, or the mother of Assassin's Creed. Because Assassin's Creed came about because they were doing a Prince of Persia title at the time, and they decided, hey, how about we make it its own IP? And so Assassin's Creed was born in 2007. Incidentally, it came out on the same day that my birthday falls on, so that was kind of cool. Yeah, they made these games in 2016 and made them as kind of like a small scale, very different kind of Assassin's Creed game, but there's some things in it that actually tie really well into the other big games as well. Like you have India ties into Assassin's Creed Syndicate because you're playing as the father of a character in that game called Henry Green, and in Chronicles Russia, you're playing an ancestor of a Templar in present day that we meet in Assassin's Creed 3 named Daniel Cross. And we also have the Assassin's Creed Embers short movie where Ezio meets Xiao Jun for the first time and gives her the precursor box, and then in Chronicles China we're playing as her after she comes back from visiting Ezio. So there's all these really cool connections between all the games in this trilogy to characters or events that are in the other big games in the series. Hey there, Nemesis. I am still streaming, that's true. I wanted to get the trilogy done in a marathon kind of way. By the time Prince of Persia is released, you hope it's for next gen only. That's what it should have been, actually. I don't know. It would have been great to get the remake to come out this year, because this year is actually the 20th anniversary of the original version. But doesn't seem like it's going to happen. A Friendly Hand, September 1918, Kazan. Orlov has successfully repelled the Templars and saved Anastasia, and both of them are now out of harm's way in Kazan, where Orlov expects to find his friend, Leon Trotsky, and asks for help to reach Moscow and the assassins. But Orlov doesn't know that a battle is about to start between the Reds and the Whites for the domination of Kazan, and that a curfew has been established by the Red forces positioned in the west suburbs of Kazan.
До свидания, Anya. Something's not right. Only soldiers in the streets. pull this down until I break the rope holding it. Maybe if I could get a shot at it.
Hey Maxi, welcome on in, dude. It's going really good, thanks. How's things going with you? I added some new BT TV emotes, Maxi. I added the one that that you had, but it wasn't coming up for me before. I don't think it's still there for some reason, but I'd say the some reason is on my end. Because I've probably done something, like I installed it, but maybe there's something that I missed. The Denzel one, I found that. So that one I was able to download, but the other Bully Maguire one, oh hang on. No, that's not your one, is it? No, Maxi, because you did one that was, it was a static one, wasn't it? Maybe I should just try to uninstall it then reinstall it again. Maybe that might fix it. It's growing great, Maxi. I finished Chronicles China and India, so we're now working on Russia. So it's going really good. Getting closer and closer to starting my annual playthroughs. How's things going with you? You're doing okay? You recovered from your cold? Oh, excellent. That's great. I'm glad to hear that you're feeling much better, Maxi. That's awesome. Because when that happens, you hope that it's not going to turn into a longer exposure or, you know, a longer period of having to deal with it. So that's great. And it was, Maxi, yeah, it was the Gonna Cry one. Nemesis, reason why you say that devs need to put all efforts in making games that are aligned with graphics and performance with PS5 Series X and S specs. Yeah, that's true. You see with Cyberpunk how they tried to also allow players of Xbox One and PS4 to actually play the game, which is understandable if some people haven't gone to PS5 or Xbox Series S or X yet. But I think taking a wider view, it was probably better if they just didn't do those versions. Maxi, awesome to hear, dude. Are you scheduled to finish the whole trilogy today? Yeah, Maxi, I'd like to try to as well. It's going to make it a long stream though, because the other two games took me about 3 to 4 hours to finish. And I've reached a point in this playthrough where I'm like, if I want to get this done in this stream, I need to just be reckless and not actually take too much time to actually wait for enemies to do stuff. Just use any tool at Nikolai's at his disposal to basically get done what I need to get done in the game.
Let no one break the curfew. Everyone you see is a spy for the Whites. Shoot on sight.
Why not attack now? Trotsky is with us.
The 5th Army will be there at dawn. When they're here, we'll retake the city. For now, the Czech Legion is too strong.
At dawn? Damn it, Leon. I didn't expect to find you in the middle of a battle.
Huh?
Over there!
Orders from Tavarish Trotsky?
Alright, we can't skip this whole... Yes, we can.
What was that?
Jesus Christ, game. Would you fucking listen to my inputs? Holding the right control stick, and which direction does the character go? Left.
Orders from Tavarish Trotsky? Bodarenko? It's far from here.
Now it listens to my inputs. Maxi, you still need to... Oh, sorry, Nemesis. In your opinion, it's greed for revenue wasting time and games run bad on last gen. Cyberpunk ran bad on last gen. Yeah, I think sometimes it's okay if the next gen and the current gen versions are released, you know, between 6 months or a year between each other. But when you get, you know, games that come out when the next gen is well and truly the current gen now, and there's years difference, that's a different story, I feel. Max, you still need to play this one. Yeah, this one probably has some of the toughest parts in it, especially unforgiving platforming sequences. Sometimes there's a lot of debris and stuff that's in front of the screen in the foreground, blocking the mid-ground. So something is happening in the background that you have to dodge, but you can't actually see where the character is in relation to it because the foreground is interfering. And Maxi, that's okay. There's no worries at all, dude. It's cool to see these different emotes pop up as well. And I also added some Lara Croft ones. I added this running one of classic Lara just running on loop. And then I've got a Hey Lara one as well of the classic. Nemesis, you're happy you can prestige MLB 19 today, then moving on to show 20 last game with XP ranking. Well, that's good. It's always good to be able to rank up and stuff like that. Yeah, Nemesis, so Xbox has achievements, however, you don't get something special after getting all the achievements like you do with PlayStation and the Platinum. So essentially on the Xbox, once all achievements are achieved, that's it. You don't get a special badge, or you don't get a special, you know, award for actually getting them all. Yeah. It's a shame though. It'd be cool if there was some, like, if there was some other incentives, like maybe if you got all the achievements in a game, then you might get access to some cool stuff that only people who've gotten all the achievements get, like in-game items. You know, maybe that's something that Xbox could have done to sort of like not do something exactly the same.
Avoid the searchlights. There are Templar snipers everywhere.
But the idea of rewarding the player with something, because I imagine when you platinum a game on PlayStation, it's a really, really great feeling of accomplishment, you know.
Maybe I can find a way to deal with this light using Tesla's little toy.
Yeah, the Xbox 360, that's the actual first Xbox console I owned. I had played the Xbox original, but I never owned it because I was still heavily into PlayStation 2 at that point. I used to get a lot of satisfaction from getting achievements, but when the Xbox One era came about, I kind of got less excited to know what achievements were in a game, so now I don't even look up what the achievements are, and that way when I actually get an achievement, it's a surprise, where it's like, holy shit, I wasn't expecting that. Having said that though, I wouldn't mind in the future actually doing some playthroughs where I'm actively going after a certain achievement, but that would only be for purposes of, hey, if I go for that achievement, it'll give me a different way to play through the game that I don't normally do. Not Metal Gear Solid 5 or Phantom Pain. I've played the first Metal Gear Solid long time ago and finished it. Made a start on 2. For some reason didn't get into it, so I just left it, and then years passed. But having said that, I also tried Snake Eater as well when that came out, and it didn't grab me either, so I kind of never went back to those games. But whenever a game doesn't grab me, though, it doesn't mean it's a bad game. It just means that at that point in time, for some reason, I didn't feel motivated to play the game from start to finish. And I might have been like, I'll get to this eventually, and the eventually still hasn't happened all these years later. And I've never played 4 or 5 or any other Metal Gear Solid game in the series. You asked a few Hitman 3 streamers which game they like most, and they said Hitman 1 over 2 and 3. Part 1 was great. You only played a few missions on 2. Paris looks slick on Hitman 2. Phantom Pain for 2016 graphics were before its time. Yeah, the Hitman games, I haven't gotten to those ones yet. Not even the old school ones. But I have seen gameplay of it, and the same people behind the new Hitman games are doing a James Bond game, which I think is quite cool. So it'll be interesting to see what they do with the IP. And I've also seen Metal Gear Solid 5 being played, and it definitely has some good graphics in it. And it's very curious, the story with that. It was interesting seeing characters like Psycho Mantis, you know, when they were much younger than we meet them in Metal Gear Solid 1. That's the funny thing about the Metal Gear Solid series is, you know, it jumps around so many different parts of a timeline.
The generator seems to be linked to the light.
There we go. If they made Hitman co-op missions, could be refreshing even though it's single player based. Yeah, you know, maybe there's a character that they can introduce who is playable for the other person who's not him, Agent 47. That way you don't have to have like a thing where it's like two people like that look the same but slightly different, like with a green shirt, for example, instead of a blue one, you know. Or at the very least make the second character fully customizable, so someone can design their own character based on what the assets are available, and then they can go into other people's games and play co-op with the person who's controlling and playing as Agent 47. Hello, upgrade your channel on fuck your fucking face. I know they're just bots, so I'll just do it, but upgrade your channel. Upgrade your channel. Here we go. It's going to be 50 bot time, is it? Oh yeah. Well, bots, I have a thing that I can do to stop that.